talking out your neck when I know how your nigga neck work. I know you really hate my guts, cause you bitches really ugly, can't make this up. They calling me Slim Rim, but my weight is up. They telling me I should wait, nigga, wait for what? The weight is up. Look, it's time. So if you see me with it, bitch, it's mine. When these other bitches rap, it's always just rhymes. When I rap, bitch, it's always 10 dimes. Stop playing with me. I got these niggas in the jail really staying with me. I got these niggas in the streets really slaying with me. I got these niggas in the south really hanging with me. I got these niggas in the gangs really banging with me. And what you looking at my shoes for? I swear to God, I know I'm on these bitches' move, boy.
After months of nonstop noise, nonstop talking, and nonstop drama, Claressa Shields has suddenly gone completely quiet, and people online are saying the reason is simple. The entire situation that was supposed to embarrass Remy Ma ended up blowing back in Clarissa and Papoose's faces instead. All week long, people have been talking about Remy Ma's track. And according to the narrator, this was not just some regular diss record meant to start internet drama. This was something deeper. This was Remy finally speaking up after staying quiet for a very long time. For months, Remy had reportedly been diplomatic. She stayed calm. She stayed silent. She avoided putting everything out there publicly. But according to the narrator, there came a point where enough was enough, especially after Claressa allegedly inserted herself into married people's business while going after Remy's husband. The narrator believes there is a consequence for all of that. Because while Claressa was allegedly speaking publicly and making comments, Remy was sitting back watching everything unfold. And eventually, she decided it was time to set the record straight. That is why the narrator says this track was more than a diss. It was necessary. According to the discussion, Remy Ma is not just an artist. She is also a businesswoman with a public image to protect. And after months of what the narrator describes as a smear campaign, Remy finally responded directly. The narrator says both Claressa and Papoose tried hard to push a negative narrative about Remy publicly. They allegedly went out of their way to damage her reputation. And according to Remy's side of things, there was even a PR strategy behind it all. Apparently, Remy had already warned them before. She allegedly told them to stop spreading rumors and putting stories out there. But according to the narrator, the attacks continued anyway. That is when Remy finally exposed what she believed was happening behind the scenes. And now people are looking at everything differently, especially when it comes to Papoose. Because according to the narrator, Papoose spent years building this public image of himself as the respectful husband, the loyal man, the stand-up guy. People saw the love story between him and Remy and believed that image completely. But now Remy is painting a very different picture. According to the narrator, Remy claimed that while she was locked up and handling responsibilities, paying bills, and financially supporting things, Papoose was allegedly dealing with other women behind the scenes. And the narrator believes that same pattern continued here. They argue that Papoose knew exactly the kind of personality Claressa had. So instead of speaking aggressively himself, he allegedly fed information to Claressa while staying quieter publicly. That way, Claressa would become the loud public voice while he could sit back and act removed from the drama. The narrator says that was the strategy from the very beginning, because while Papoose would publicly say things like he did not want to speak negatively about Remy, Claressa was out there saying all kinds of things online. According to the narrator, that was not random. They believe Papoose was behind much of it privately, and now people are saying the whole plan completely backfired. As the situation kept escalating, the public reaction became impossible to ignore. The narrator says the smear campaign they allegedly tried against Remy ended up damaging Claressa's image instead. Instead of people turning against Remy, many started questioning Claressa and Papoose more and more. At the same time, Remy appeared stronger than ever publicly. One of the biggest moments came directly from Remy's track itself. The narrator points to one lyric in particular that hit hard. Remy reportedly said, "Always claiming you helping somebody but can't even help himself." That line immediately sparked conversation online. Because according to the narrator, Papoose has spent years talking about helping write hits and shaping careers. He allegedly claimed credit for many of Remy's successful songs. But now people were asking questions. If he really had all this power and talent, why does he still seem stuck talking about old accomplishments from decades ago? The narrator compares him to somebody who peaked years ago and still talks about the glory days. They even bring up an interview where Papoose mentioned having a huge deal years back, while questioning what that actually means today. Meanwhile, Remy reportedly dropped this track and quickly climbed high on iTunes rankings. That contrast became part of the conversation too. According to the narrator, Remy had protected Papoose publicly for years because he was her husband at the time. She helped create the image people had of him. She stood beside him and defended him, but now the narrator says she finally felt forced to tell the truth publicly because she has business opportunities and major projects ahead of her. She could not continue allowing rumors and negativity to spread without responding. And that is where Claressa's reaction became a huge talking point online because, according to the narrator, Claressa had spent months being loud online. She allegedly made repeated comments, repeated claims, and said many vulgar things while trying to strengthen the image of her relationship with Papoose. But once Remy's track dropped, everything changed. Suddenly, Claressa went quiet. The narrator says it became crickets, and that silence only made people talk more, especially because Remy allegedly addressed very specific things in the song. According to the narrator, Remy talked about Claressa allegedly copying her style, watching what she wears, and trying to move similarly to her. The narrator also says Remy made it clear that she understands exactly how Papoose moves because she already experienced it herself. That is why they believe the track hit Claressa so hard. Then came the gym video. According to the narrator, Claressa posted a clip of herself boxing shortly after the diss track gained attention online. But instead of helping her image, people mocked the clip heavily. The narrator says before she even started seriously training, she was just swinging wildly at the air. They compare it to somebody emotionally shaken up. And then people noticed something else. Claressa had apparently worn mismatched shoes to the gym. Later, she reportedly had to explain online that both shoes were black and sitting near each other, so she accidentally grabbed different pairs. But the narrator interprets the whole moment differently. They believe the pressure and embarrassment from the track had Claressa so distracted that she walked out without even noticing. To them, it showed how deeply the situation affected her. By the end of the week, the situation had completely shifted. Now, people were no longer mainly criticizing Remy. Instead, attention turned directly toward Claressa and Papoose. And according to the narrator, Papoose himself made things even worse through his own interviews and public comments. The narrator points to clips from his interview that were spreading online all week long. In those clips, they say Papoose appeared to clown Claressa repeatedly without even realizing how bad it looked publicly. At one point, he reportedly laughed while discussing a picture of Claressa. The narrator interpreted his comments as implying Claressa needs preparation and styling before she can look her best. Then came comments about their living situation. According to the narrator, Papoose made it clear they do not live together. He reportedly dismissed the idea completely. There were also comments involving rings and marriage, where the narrator says he acted like commitment was nowhere near his plans. To the narrator, all of this made Claressa look worse publicly because while she had allegedly been loud online defending the relationship and attacking Remy, Papoose himself did not seem to be presenting the relationship seriously at all. Then there was the separate situation involving 50 Cent and Remy, which the narrator says added even more pressure during the week. And just when all those clips and conversations were already circulating online, Remy released her track. That became the final blow. According to the narrator, the truth inside the song completely silenced Claressa. The same energy and confidence people had seen from her online for months suddenly disappeared. And the narrator believes there is a reason for that. They say truth always wins in the end. To them, This was never just about petty drama. This was about Remy protecting her reputation, her business, and her future opportunities after months of alleged attacks against her image. And according to the narrator, the result is clear. The smear campaign they allegedly tried to run against Remy ended up backfiring badly. Now, people are questioning Claressa's image. People are questioning Papoose's image. And Remy appears to have regained control of the narrative publicly. The narrator keeps coming back to one final message. People eventually reap what they sow. And in their opinion, that is exactly what happened here. So now everybody wants to know your thoughts. Do you think Remy Ma exposed the truth with that track? Do you think the alleged smear campaign completely backfired on Claressa Shields and Papoose? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support the channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.